Hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
Happy belated Superman Day. We are talking about some stupid motherfuckers over at Warner Brothers who reportedly don't think that a standalone Superman movie would be successful right now.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
According to many reports, mainly by one Heroic Hollywood, which has been the gift that keeps on giving since the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League, they feel like now they need to get back in the forefront. They need to be that ace scooper, giving all those juicy details that no one asked for and no one believes. Thank you again, Heroic Hollywood. We truly love to dick whip these exclusive rumors.
You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip.
So we refuse to click on Heroic Hollywood, so we'll go to Geek Tyrant for this one, even though they quote Heroic Hollywood in this one. Warner Brothers reportedly doesn't think that a standalone Superman movie would be successful right now.
According to Heroic Hollywood, the studio believes that a standalone, this is quote, a standalone Superman movie would not be successful at this time. Perhaps once there's more momentum after playing a supporting role in some successful DC films, there would be more of a chance for a standalone film, because that makes sense.
That don't make no sense.
You have one of the most popular characters in all of comic books, not just in the DC universe. He has to play some supporting roles first before he could be successful.
Let me get real close to the mic and explain this. He's going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's his supporting role. Of course, he's got a big role in Zack Snyder's Justice League. The whole point of Zack Snyder's 5-movie arc is based around Superman. It's a Superman arc more than anything. That's the plans for Henry Cavill. This information is either very outdated to the point where it's before the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League, so it BZSJL. Nice.
Peace be with you.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Yes, he has a huge role in Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's what they're looking at. What is going to happen after that point? Are we going to continue Snyder's movie arc, or are they going to branch off into different things? That's where the ideas come from. So right now, at this moment, yes, they probably don't really have an idea other than supporting roles, as you would say, but he's going to be in Justice League, which is the biggest movie that WB/DC have. Oh yeah, but they don't really know what they're doing with him. Yes, they know what they're doing with him. He's gonna be in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
My biggest exception to this quote is the fact that it says would not be successful at this time. As Matt just pointed out beautifully, yes, this is the biggest movie that they have. HBO Max is gearing up. They're ready to go with this. Contrary to some of the rumors that Superman is going to be kind of, I guess, the Nick Fury of the DC universe, they are focusing on a Superman movie instead of a Supergirl movie. For some reason, some idiot over at Warner Brothers thinks that a Superman movie would not be successful at this time. That's where I think it is incredibly frustrating. Right now, I can understand maybe not having an idea of exactly where you want to go with this character. Maybe, okay, let's see the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then we'll kind of go from there. But to say that one wouldn't be successful, given the height of Henry Cavill's career, he's made a name for himself in the Mission Impossible movie, as well as the Witcher series going on Netflix right now. He is becoming a household name. I think that this is a perfect opportunity to release a standalone Superman film.
Just as Man of Steel was the launching pad for the existing DCEU, Zack Snyder's Justice League will be the relaunch of the DCEU. So after that point, let's talk Superman. As the years go by, we just celebrated 7 years since Man of Steel came out. Man of Steel is being appreciated more and more.
You saw something, Lois. Can you imagine how people on this planet would react? They knew there was someone like this out there.
This definitely has some very interesting themes. I like all the questions that it raises about humanity and civilization. And maybe that's the purpose of the Superman character that I didn't pay attention to. Maybe it's more about the societal implications and political aspects rather than his powers or what he can do.
You see this guy's genuine reaction to certain parts of Man of Steel for the first time. Other than the people with their feet in cement, a lot of people are coming around on Man of Steel, that it is severely underrated in the comic book movie genre. This is a sign that Superman, and especially Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, can easily have a very successful solo movie. But that's not his role right now. That's the point. Like I said before, he's going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
He has yet to rise.
Snyder's 5-movie arc is all about Superman. It is a Superman arc. Jay Oliva, way back in 2018, even responded to a person about a Man of Steel sequel, saying Man of Steel was never meant to have a sequel because it was supposed to be a chapter 1 of a 5-chapter story. Notice how BVS follows exactly after MOS? It's like book 2 of Harry Potter. It's different than just a sequel. We're not looking at like a Nolan trilogy here. We're looking at a character arc. Very different storytelling elements. And how these people can't wrap their minds around how this is gonna work and how things are gonna launch after Zack Snyder's Justice League just baffles me. Depending on the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's gonna launch a lot of different things. We could see a Cyborg movie or a Cyborg series on HBO Max, and we could see many other elements coming about, possibly something with Ben Affleck Batman, or Zack Snyder continuing that 5-movie arc on HBO Max as seasons. Justice League 1, Season 1, Justice League 2, Season 2, Justice League 3, Season 3. Henry Cavill's stock will rise, and people will be clamoring even more for a solo venture of Man of Steel.
Not normally a praying man, but if you're up there, please save me, Superman.
We're gonna jump over to Twitter real quick, where Lana, a thought, is trending on wrestling.
What the fuck was that?
We're gonna read a tweet from @KevinMcGuire on Twitter, where he says, if audiences all over the globe cheered the success of this guy with a picture of Captain America, you could make a Superman movie that works. Well, I get the point of what Kevin is trying to say, that Captain America is essentially the MCU Superman, so if you can make a trilogy and movies with Captain America work in the MCU, you should be able to make an additional standalone movie of Superman work. I get the point that he is making. However, there are some things that go along the lines with that. Captain America was not established, so the MCU had any way that they wanted to go with that character, they had free reign. Look at just the way that they've treated Thor and the Incredible Hulk over in that universe. With Captain America, he is the MCU's version of Superman, and that's actually one of my favorite MCU characters. But what we're gonna have to do on the other side is the nostalgic fans are going to have to move on. They are going to have to let go. He evolves, he changes over time. There's a fantastic documentary that came out pre-Man of Steel titled Look Up in the Sky, The Amazing Story of Superman. This documentary does a fantastic job of showing the change that Superman took over the years and the different iterations of the character. Zack Snyder's version of Superman are just the next iteration. So in order to make him successful, you have to let go of any preconceived ideas that you have of Superman. And I think, as Matt mentioned, the appreciation of Man of Steel has continued to grow. That is what is going to make a Superman movie more successful. They rolled out Superman Returns in 2006. That went nowhere, so they picked a director like Zack Snyder who would start from scratch and pretend that no other version of the character existed aside from what was in comic books, and he delivered with a beautiful movie in Man of Steel.
Yeah, I guess what we did is, even when we made the movie, we said, okay, we have to pretend like those movies don't exist, because you can't cherry pick like, ooh, that'd be cool just to use the score, because it makes you think like, oh wait, so somehow those universes are linked and that world exists within this world, or I don't know. So we just said, okay, there's no music, there's no images, let's just pretend like we found the comic books under our bed and we're like, hey, let's make this into a movie.
Man of Steel now is becoming the newer generation's Superman, just as Henry Cavill is now the new generation's Superman. And Deborah Snyder had a great quote about Man of Steel and about Superman, saying, that's the great thing about Superman, he is more relatable. Someone said it's too dark, and I go, well, is it dark? He's going through real problems that we all go through as people every day. To me, that's not dark, that's life.
Yep, that's good shit.
So obviously you got a stubborn group of individuals that are out there that will keep their feet in that cement as much as possible, but I think the walls are slowly closing around them, and people are appreciating the Superman for what he is. Hope.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
That farmer's dream is all some people have. It's all that gives them hope. This means something.
Bad idea.
A man I knew used to say that hope is like a car.
That will wrap up this little episode. Thanks again to all for listening. Now here comes the shameless plugs.
Thank you very much to all of our Patreon supporters. We appreciate everything you do for us. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you get the damn emails and you get the notification when we drop the videos. And lastly, we have some very exciting news, something that everyone has been clamoring for, maybe, probably not, but we now have a website where we are offering three fantastic items, and the website will be in the link in the description below, but it is comicmoviemarks.square.site. We are offering a beautiful t-shirt, a lovely hat, and a mug, and we have layaway. Or for 3 easy payments of $19.99, you can get all of that. And if you order within the next 10 minutes, you get free shipping or something, whatever they say.
And a 1 payment taken off. Billy Mays here with Comic Movie Marks merchandise. Oh, in case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.